And welcome back. How safe is your child in your vehicle? That's the question. We'll hear this morning to talk about child passenger safety and an upcoming car seat inspection event is Officer Sal Carmona with the Harlingen Police Department once again. And good morning again. Good to see you here. And let's go ahead and get right to it because we were talking earlier about the importance of bringing a child a car seat to make sure that it's the perfect one to fit your car. We spoke about the little peanut one for the little ones. Now let's talk about the older ones. We have this one on this side. What can you tell us?
That one is a convertible, and it'll start out rearward facing from 5 to 35 pounds. After the 35 pounds, and no matter what the age of the child is, because you want them to face rearward as long as possible, then you flip it to where it's facing as it is now, forward up to 50 pounds.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move this way so people maybe at home that want a good demonstration. How exactly, so this is a babe, about how old is this doll, for instance?
This one will probably be anywhere from 1.5 to 3, or almost 4 years old, because after the 35 pounds, where it's now facing forward, this child will be in here till he's 50 pounds, and in most cases, that's probably almost 4 years old. And so you want it to where the shoulder harness rides right over the chest, and that it is secured, nice and secure, where you cannot pinch the material, so that the belt is too loose, and then it's right here at the armpit level of the child to hold that child in there.
It's important that it's not too, strained also for the child, I would imagine, right? So how would you buckle him up? Say we can start from the top?
Okay, yes, actually it's best to start here for the clip down below, so that way, since this is one type of harness, in other words, it's one strap all the way through. You want to be able to secure it properly and then make sure that it is balanced here at the base, because the strap is now even. Sometimes the parents will come and say that it's too long on this side or on this side. And so if you balance it from the base here, then you you come up and secure it by pulling on this strap here to make it so where you cannot pinch the strap, the harness, and then you secure it, because there are times when parents say, well, the child is sick or uncomfortable, so they leave this off. If you do that once, then the child will expect that all the time. So you want the child to be secured in there with the harness unsecure.
And one thing you brought up earlier that we were talking about is that there's different age requirements. That's why you have 3 different seats here. There's different size and weight and age. So talk to us a little bit about that. You mentioned how it's not good to be, I guess, reusing these car seats. Some of them even have an expiration date.
Yes, all of them now do come with an expiration date, and it varies from the manufacturer, but you definitely want the rearward facing child to be in that rearward facing position as long as the weight will allow it, and then to prematurely graduate to the next one would be wrong for the child and unsafe. So you want to go with the manufacturer's instructions and then keep it within that weight limits. If you don't go within the manufacturer's instructions, you're actually against the law, because you want to use it in accordance with the instructions. You don't want this baby in a booster seat when she shouldn't be in that seat until she's over 2 years old.
You want to take care of that little peanut for sure. And so real quickly, let's just touch on the booster seat, because I hear you have to be about 4'7". That's the requirement. I'm barely passing that. So talk to us about that requirement on the booster seat.
On the booster seat, no one under the age of 3, and then no one under 30 pounds, because that's what the manufacturer says. And after those 30 pounds, this seat will take the child up to over 100 pounds in some cases. But it's important that this shoulder harness be right directly across the child's chest, and that's why they call this a belt positioning booster, because it positions this belt to where it fits properly over the child's chest. And otherwise, if you put the belt behind the back, like some of the kids like to do, then it's not doing its purpose.
Yeah, because they're going to get fuzzy if they see a seatbelt, but you know what? It's for their own protection. And just to recap, if you have any other questions, you will have an actual safety inspection station right in front of Kohl's tomorrow from 3 to 5 p.m. So if you have any questions one-on-one, you'll have officers there to answer all your questions, including yourself.
Great. There'll be other technicians from other parts of the valley that come to help us out, and there's no citations or no violations. We're just there to help.
Don't fear. No tickets will be handed.
It's part of the Click It or Ticket Save a Life Text App program. We want to make sure that the child is properly secured and that it is the right seat for that child, and that the parent is comfortable installing it and reinstalling.
Perfect. Officer Carmona, thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate all of your expertise and your tips this morning.